Hi friends, thanks for joining me. I am joining in on Wednesday Embellies, which is hosted by Linnea of Fashionably 50-something. I received some paper flowers from my son for Christmas, but they were plain. And, I want to decorate them up and make them super pretty. And then they'll be ready to go. I won't have to stop when I'm in the middle of a project and create the flower at that time. So what I did is I grabbed an assortment of things. I grabbed some gems, some pom-poms, some little acrylic, I guess maybe acrylic flowers. I grabbed some silk flowers, ladybugs, all kinds of things. And I thought, let's go ahead and turn these plain paper flowers into something really special. I have some items in my stash that I don't use very frequently, so I'm going to see if I can use some of them on the flowers. One of the things that I have gathered are some additional paper flowers that didn't have like little rhinestones on them. Maybe they came off in the packaging or whatever, but I thought, I never use them if they don't have something on them. So those are at the upper part of the screen. I'm going to try to use those up today. Also, I have a little bag of, not beetles, but ladybugs, and I rarely use those. I never think about it. So I'm going to pull 3 of those out of the bag and use those on some of these large paper flowers. I have a few of these silk flowers left. I've gone through a bunch of them actually, but I have a few left in my jars, and they have these sort of hard centers, and I don't like those because they actually have a bottom part right there, and it sticks out. You can't use them as is on a journal or even as any sort of embellishment unless it was like a wreath or something. So I like to take them apart. I take the center out, take the back off, and then I just have the silky petals. So I'm going to go ahead and get these prepped and use these up as well. Well, let's get to work putting some of these flowers together. I'm going to go ahead and start off with these 3 silk pieces. So I'm matching them up to the paper flowers that I think they'll look nice with, and then I'm figuring out which halfback gems I want to put in the center of them. I also have this satin rose here. It's a little bit beat up. I wonder if it came off of a piece of clothing or something like that. But at any rate, I only have one, and I'm going to go ahead and use that today as well. Before I start gluing anything, I'm also going to choose some of the large paper flowers and pair them up with some of the smaller paper flowers. My apologies if you're hearing cars going by. I do have my windows open today. It's very nice. It's 80 degrees. It's sunny, and so I've got the windows open. Once I have some of these paired up, I'm going to go ahead and start the gluing process. And I will be using my hot glue gun, but I will also be using some gem tack. All right, we are going to begin our gluing. I'm going to be using the hot glue gun to glue the small paper flower to the large paper flower. And so I think I can use the glue gun for almost all of these except for the satin ones. Well, I shouldn't say satin, but the the faux silk flower petals. I'm going to use my gem tack actually on those because I'm going to go ahead and also adhere one of these flat back gems to it. Gem tack does not dry quickly, so I can go ahead and put a bead of gem tack in the center of each one of these flowers, and I will have plenty of time to go back and add the silk flower and actually the gem as well. I've chosen 3 flat back pearls to use in the center of these. Actually, I've decided to use 2 of the flat backs pearls, and then in the center of the pink one, I'm going to go ahead and use like the diamond looking one. I guess it's a rhinestone. All right, so let's gather up another batch. I had pulled some of these are also flat back gems. Well, they're flat back flowers and they're made of, I guess, acrylic or something like that. It's a hard plastic, but they have this shininess to them and they're super pretty, and they have a little rhinestone in the center. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use those in the center of these 5 paper flowers that I have. I will be using my gem tack for this as well. I'm going to secure them with clothespins just while they're drying, just to make sure there's some good adhesion there. And not to worry, I know they're covered right now so that you can't really see them, but I will be sure to show all of these to you at the end of the video. All right, I think it's time now to use 3 of the ladybugs because they've been in my stash for a really long time, and I'm really trying to get into my stash and use some of the things that I have. So I think this is perfect. Now, these do have a little sticker. You can see right there. They're very small and very fiddly. It's difficult for me to mess with these, but nevertheless, I'm going to do it. They have a little sticker, so I'm going to remove the paper from the sticker, but I'm not going to trust that little sticker to hold them onto the flower. I'm going to go ahead and use some hot glue and put that in the center of the flower, and then I'm going to put the ladybug on there. I think these look super cute, and I'm really glad I grabbed that bag of ladybugs so I could do this. So another thing I have in my stash that I haven't used much are these pom-poms, and I think I got these at Tuesday morning on clearance, and I just haven't used them. Well, I think they'll be really cute in the center of some of these flowers. So let's go ahead, we'll pull some of these out, we'll grab some of the paper flowers, and I'm going to adhere these with the hot glue gun. I wanted to press the pom-pom down a little bit so it didn't stick up quite so far. So it stuck to my table just a little bit, so I have my little spatula here, and they're coming right up, no problem at all. But aren't they so cute? I absolutely love these with the pom-pom in the center. So I think I'm going to go ahead and definitely make more of those. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some of the, I don't know what we're supposed to call these, I guess rhinestones. Anyway, they're flat backs and they're silver like a mirror, so I think they're like rhinestones. So I'm going to go ahead and make 5 flowers with rhinestone centers. I will be using my gem tack for this, and as I mentioned before, it doesn't dry quickly, so I can go ahead and put a bead of that in the center of each of these flowers, and I will have plenty of time to go ahead and set the flat backs in there. Now I have an idea for something special. I've got these little wood pieces and I've had them for like 3 years and I never use them. Well, 2 of them are in the shape of leaves. So I thought I would go ahead, color them in, and then add one of these flowers to them. And I think that'll look really cute. I will use hot glue to adhere the paper flower to the wooden leafy part, and then I will use the gem tack to adhere something to the center. I have 3 very pretty pink rhinestones, so I will be using 2 of these on the flowers. I have no idea how many of these that I made today. I didn't count them, but I love every single one of them. I feel really good about using some stuff that was in my stash that I've had for years and haven't used, like the pom-poms. I haven't used those. Even those little flowers that are the halfbacks and they're shiny, they're like the acrylic ones. I hardly ever remember to use those. I hadn't used the ladybugs. I have used my rhinestone flatbacks, but besides that, the other stuff I hadn't really used. So I've had the opportunity to work with the paper flowers that I recently received, used some goodies that have been in my stash for a while, and now I have these really pretty flowers that I can add to my journals or cards, gift bags, ephemera, like ATCs if I want to, just whatever. And this was just a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I appreciate you coming over and spending some time with me. It means so much to me, and I want you to know that. Well, thanks for watching. See you soon.